Better cut that thing off first, huh? All right. Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday night at 8 o'clock. It is November 17th. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. This may be the craziest thing I have thought of yet. As you can tell by the title up there, Tale of Three Wives. It was going to be just two, but we ended up adding another one. She wanted to be on tonight too, so we're going with Tale of Three Wives tonight, guys. This is about the ladies. This is about the ladies that have husbands that are either Bigfoot investigators, researchers, enthusiasts, hunters, whatever you may want to call them. But I'm going to be sitting here with three beautiful ladies. This has got to be the craziest thing I've ever done. I had a show. I said, Icebox, are you crazy? But this may be the craziest thing I ever done. But anyways, let's get started tonight because I really have looked forward to this show for about 2 weeks now. So let me bring on my first guest tonight. This is Old Bear's wife. Y'all please make welcome for Barbie Bear. Hi, Miss
Hi,
Barbie.
everybody. Hello.
How, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. How are you all doing? How's everybody?
Well, like I said in the intro, this has got to be the craziest thing I ever done in my life. But anyways, I'm going to enjoy this show. I really am. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our next young lady. This is Tim Gayhart's wife, Renee, from Ohio Bigfoot Researchers. Come on in here, Mr. Renee. How you, young lady?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. How are you doing?
Good.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I can't wait to get this started. I'm serious. I can't. All right. The next young lady, like I said, this is the craziest thing I've ever done. But here we go. This is my wife, Miss Ice Bunny.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
I hope all you ladies are doing well tonight. I cannot wait to get this going. All right, ladies. I told y'all a few questions that we were going to ask before the show, and that's the way I'm going to start out. Uh, let's go this route. Uh, Miss Barbie Bear, how long have you been doing this?
Well, I have been actually doing this since about 2019. That's whenever Obear started his channel up.
Hmm.
Um, but let me tell you a little story. When I think I was about 11, 12 years
Hmm.
old. We used to live, and there was, when I was growing up, one of my cousins used to come over and spend like a weekend in the summer with us.
Hmm.
And we were the same age, and we used to go across the road from where we lived and go up on a hill. Well, one day when we went up on that hill, I had my back toward the top of the hill, and she was facing me, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh!" I said, "What?" She said, "It's a Bigfoot," and she started running off the hill. Well, it turns out there was no Bigfoot. She just did that because she was ready to go back to my house, and that I think kind of started the whole Bigfoot thing for me. Because I was like, well, is it real or is it not real? Just as a kid,
I hear you.
I
Uh,
never,
sorry,
I never doubted them. Really,
never, you never did.
not really doubt, but I kept my mind open on it.
Okay. All right. Miss Renee, how long you been doing it?
I've only been doing it since 2021.
Okay, so about 3 years.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Miss Ice Bunny. Guys, I got to do something, but Ice Bunny, go ahead and tell how long you've been doing this.
Oh, not very long. Probably about 3 years, the same as Renee.
About the same as Renee. Okay. All right, guys, I am having a problem with my chat for some reason tonight. Uh, I'm gonna ask a question, and I want you ladies to go in procession. We'll start off with Miss Renee, if you don't mind. Miss Renee, I want to know when you married Tim, did you know he was let's say a Bigfooter?
No, I didn't know. He has told stories though, our whole marriage, 33, almost 33 years,
Hmm?
about seeing Bigfoot. And I thought he was crazy, to tell you the truth. I really did. Until we were at Salt Fork. And most people that know Tim know that he doesn't see very well. We went to Hozak's Cave. He got out of the car and said out loud, I can't see you very well. If you want me to see you, you have to show yourself. And we had joked that whole day about him seeing a female. We get out of Hozak's Cave, go to walk down the road, and sure enough, there stood one with big breasts, and she showed herself just as plain as day. And we have seen her multiple times since then. And then we were addicted.
Really? You seen one at Hosak's Cave, did you?
Yep, that's where we seen our first one together.
I'll be dogged. I have
Yeah.
not yet been to Hosak's Cave. Not yet.
Oh, I love Hozak's Cave.
Yeah. But let me go get a phone. I got to, folks. I am sorry. I cannot see the chat room and I want to respond to everyone. So let me go get a phone real quick and I'll be right back. Barbie Bear, tell about when old Bear told you about Bigfoot and seeing Bigfoot. How did you think about him then? I'll be right back.
Well, I listened to him and I said, wow. Because, like, you know, and it was in the middle of the night. We had just gotten together, and he told me that he saw a Bigfoot, and we were driving through the area where he said he had seen it. But it wasn't until later that he told me about when he saw the one when he was 16 in Wirt County. And that just freaked me out. That did. But I mean, you know, yeah. And I've been with him all along. I love it. It's crazy.
And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I had to go get another phone so I could read y'all's chat. Yeah, Van, it seems like it's been a month. Hey, Henry. Hey, Tim. Let's see. There's Josh. Hey, Josh, how you doing? Hey, Thomas, how you doing tonight, bud? Let's see here. Who else? Tim says y'all seen 3 that day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Waylon. He's in there. Hey, Stephen Hicks. There we go. He said, I've seen 3 that day. He said I said 2 or 3. Okay. Yeah. What's this deal about 3?
I don't know what it is with us, but it seems like every time we go out somewhere, we get the honor of seeing one.
Yeah.
I went out today for a while by myself, which I know you shouldn't do, but I was protected. I know. But I went out to the wildlife area out here where we live, and we went out last year and got a good picture of one. Today I didn't see anything, but it was just nice to get out.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean. It seemed like we've been probably seemed like a month since we've been out ourselves. Ice Bunny.
Yes.
I know. I want to know, what did you think when I got to tell you stuff about Bigfoot and my sightings?
I wasn't sure at first, but I was like Barbie. I was open-minded, was listening to your story. I never doubted that you didn't see one. And when you explained to me how he walked by the window where you were laying, I think I would have just absolutely passed out.
Heck, I might have did. I don't know.
But the more I hear about them, the more I really want to see one, but I think I would be a little scared.
Well, I know what it is. Ever since Barbie Bear told you about seeing the little ones, you're wanting to see one of those younger ones.
Yes, definitely.
I know it might not happen that way. It might be some 12-foot Big old hairy thing here, about half the size of a tree. Oh, I see this. Yeah, I see you, Renee.
Yeah, you don't always get to see the cute ones.
That's right.
Aw,
Well,
but I
I'll tell
want
you.
to.
Go ahead.
I want to see the cute ones.
So do I.
Watch
Uh,
it.
That's it. That's it. That's it. All right, ladies, I'm going to ask you a question, and I thought these were very good questions. Ladies, what is y'all's most memorable experience that you've had up to date? Miss Renee?
My most memorable, again, was at Hozak's Cave at Salt Fork. Me and Tim had taken Debbie Preggy, who had never seen or had an encounter. We took her to Hozak's Cave, where we, by this time, had built a relationship with this Bigfoot.
Mhm.
And it was in April, which is birthing season. We found that out. And I spoke out loud. I said, "This is my friend. She's never seen one. Will you show yourself?" There is a video on Debbie's Facebook where the Bigfoot is sitting at the bottom of the tree, turns
Mhm.
around, shows her newborn baby, clear as day on video. And then she turns it back around and we look again and she's gone. But there is clear video of it. That was my most memorable.
Go ahead to give me that page so I can watch that.
Yes, I'll send you the video.
Appreciate it if you would. I really do. All right, Miss Barbie Bear, what is your most memorable? Most memorable.
Most memorable was at Salt Fork. About how long ago was it? 2 years, 3 years? 3 years ago, and it was in August. It was very, very hot and humid. The mosquitoes were like just eating us up. Pterodactyl mosquitoes, as I like to refer to them, especially at Salt Fork. Um, and I was suffering from vertigo, and I was miserable, but I was wanting to be there. And sweat was pouring down my eyes. But I glanced over at our camper because it was within eyesight, and it was dark outside. We had the orange lights on, and there was three little figures just kind of running around like little kids. And I shook my head, wiped my eyes, and thought, what is that? And then I looked again and they were still there, just running around, little dark figures. Didn't see them close up, but there were no kids at that park where we were at that on that day. There weren't any kids at night. And I sat there and I tried to get Bear's attention, and he was talking. And then finally, I looked, I kind of elbowed him. I said, "Look over there at our camper." Well, by the time we both looked up, they were gone.
Hmm. He missed it being an eyewitness, didn't he?
He missed the babies. Yeah, he missed the baby bears, the little babies. They look like maybe a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, 2-year-old just running around playing in the dark.
Hmm.
It was amazing. I mean, I was like, because I'd always thought, I don't know if I want to see a big one or not. I really don't know if I want to see a big one. I don't know, because you see the movies and all this
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So I'm a knower of the little ones.
Hey, they all got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
How tall was the biggest one of them? I mean, I know it's hard to judge, but just give a best guess.
Maybe somewhere around 3.5, 4 foot tall.
Really? How about
Yeah.
the smallest one?
Probably 2 foot, maybe.
Hmm.
It was just like a little toddler. The smallest one was like a toddler, and the next one was like maybe first, second grade size.
Hmm.
So, and then the middle one was just in the middle. But there was,
Yeah.
I just watched them play, and I thought, I'm not seeing this. I couldn't believe it. I was like not freaking out as in, oh my gosh, but I was freaking out like, oh my God, look. It was fun watching them. It really was.
Now, am I seeing something here? Let me see something, young ladies. I don't know why it's doing. Folks, I know it says Val's Halloween special tonight, but it's actually supposed to be Tale of Three Wives. It done me the same way on my football show. I don't know. I changed it, so I apologize, but that's what it's showing on the title. But this is the Tale of Three Wives. I'm gonna have to check into that, see what's going on. It's the second time it's doing it to me. Sorry about that, Miss Bear. Renee, how tall
Yeah.
was the one that you saw?
Oh, I would say at least 7.5 feet.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, she was a big one.
Did it blow your mind, or did any kind of fear come into you, or
No
what went through your
fear,
mind?
no fear. Um, Doubting myself, was I crazy? Um,
Hmm.
but there was two of us seeing the same thing. So either we're both nuts or we were seeing it. I'll tell you another thing. We went last year in April, and Les Odell was at the camp out,
Hmm.
and him and I and Gwen had walked to Hozek's cave. Well, I had left a hairbrush at a gifting tree for her, the female, and I was telling them about it while we were at the cave. Now you have to come back out of the cave and you have to walk down the road to the spot where we see her at.
Hmm.
We get almost there, and that hairbrush comes flying out of nowhere and lands at our feet.
She didn't like the color, did she?
It had little teeth marks all over it.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm like, what do we do with this? So I just picked it up with my shirt sleeve and put it back. And by the time we walked to the end where the guardrail is and came back, it was gone.
That's DNA. You know
Yeah,
that. That's DNA.
yeah,
You
but
could have been a little sheltered, made your own little Bigfoot. All right, before we go move on, Ice Bunny. Uh, I know you're still new to all this and everything, but what is the most memorable uh experience you've had so far?
Nothing as exciting as those two ladies have. I'm like Barbie, though. I'm not sure I want to see a 6, 10, or 11-foot tall one, but the little ones I would really love to see. I think that would be fun.
All
Um,
right.
I think my most memorable so far, ladies, like I said, nothing exciting as you, but we were talking about it one day and went out to the woods, and I said, I just want to see a footprint. That would make my day just to see a footprint. Once we got out there and started walking around, and I started just seeing stuff, I seen arches, started checking out those. He walked over, and I'll be darned if we didn't see a footprint. I was excited. Doesn't sound like much, but I was really excited. I'm like, yes, I finally saw a footprint. And he's over there videoing it and taking pictures. And I walk across the path there and look down, and there's two more.
Mm-hmm. Suppose it. We say.
Supposed.
Mm.
Supposed. But I was still excited. I was really excited. Then I started seeing more arches, and that really got me going.
Mm-hmm.
That was my most excited. See, it's nothing like you ladies, but it was exciting to me because I'd never seen a footprint that big.
Well,
How
the
big
back
was it?
I'm sorry.
How big was that footprint?
Box. Do you remember how big it was?
which one?
The first one that was in the ditch under the bridge.
I give it about 15 to 16 inches.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
The other ones across the path weren't quite that big, but
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in a scenario that we was thinking of, if it was a another footprint, the one down in the below the bridge there, it was probably about 15 to 16 inches. It could have been 17. We didn't have no measurements. We you got to keep in mind she was how are we gonna call this? She was not in the best of health right at that time. So going down there and checking this footprint out, if it was something that was still around, was not my best option. I might could have got down there, and I have been down there, but at that time I didn't feel like it was safe, so we didn't go down there to do any kind of measurements. Now I did go down probably about a month later. We got back out there, and yeah, it rained a little bit, but nothing severe hard. So the footprint was still there, and of course, being a little washout, it was around 17 inches. But I always try to take away from so I don't exaggerate because footprints, the more they get weathered, they seem to be bigger than what they really are. So, by the way, hey, Flat Rock, just so you guys know, Flat Rock has agreed to come back on the show, and it's probably going to be next week if it's good with Flat Rock. If not, we'll announce when he's going to come on. It's going to be a very interesting show, very interesting. I'm not going to give it away too much, but guys, y'all stay tuned for that. When he gets to come back on, it is going to be, uh, could be good. It's going to be really, really good. So, anyways, all right. Now let's go back up top, Miss Barbie Bear. I asked you what was your most memorable. I'm going to ask you now. You go running with him all the time. What is your scariest time experience?
Well, that's an easy one too. Because that was like right there with my most memorable, only on the other end of the spectrum. We were at our friend's house, and he's had those creatures on his property since he was what, 5 years old. And we were out there one night, and it was like there were, how many you figure there was? 5 of them. There was 5 of them out there, and they were like, it was almost like they were surrounding us, and they were making screams and stuff. Well, next thing, yeah. Long story short, one of them got shot because it was getting just a little bit too close and everything, and there was all kinds of screaming and like bellowing and pain and really loud, and that was probably the scariest thing.
So
And
one
it
got shot.
a Bigfoot,
Who shot it?
our friend.
Okay, that's all we need to know. That's all we need to know.
And yeah, it was just, whew, it was intense. It was really intense out there.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Uh, were you in the truck?
No, we
You was
were
out.
sitting by a campfire.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Well, I'm not going to ask for where this was at then. No, no, no. I would be a little bit scared of that at night myself. Phew. I know he's giving.
it
Hey,
was.
don't think I'm
It was
that
good.
crazy. I know good and well these men are sitting right there close by. Don't you? I know what these men are doing. All right, Miss Renee, what was the scariest time or experience that you've had?
Again at Salt Fork, at the handicap picnic area at night, just about dusky dark, and it sounded like somebody had shut all sound off. Nothing. There was nothing. Somebody had just had a cookout. The grill was still, the coals were still red. You could still smell the food. And all of a sudden, to our left, probably 30 yards, it started out, was probably a 12-footer.
Ooh.
And every time we would look away and look back, it'd be 10 to 15 feet closer. And finally, it got probably 10 yards away. And I said, I think we need to leave here. And by
It took 10
Tim
yards.
doesn't- yeah, Tim doesn't walk very well. And we got in the car because he wanted that food that it smelled, I'm sure. And he
Wow.
didn't seem very friendly. And we were there by ourselves, so it was time to go.
Here's my grocery bag. Here's some Coca-Cola. If you want some Coca-Cola, I'm out here. 10 yards is too close. 10 yards is no. I would have told my wife, you see one or think one's around, there's a tap on my shoulder. I don't care if I'm doing a show, recording, or whatever I'm doing. You tap my shoulder, go, that's all I need to know. If you see one, it's time to go. It's time to go. I'm not going to sit there and say, well, let me get a recording of his 12-foot
Oh,
thing.
no.
No. It's time to go, hon. You know, got to go. You can have the groceries. You can have the camera. I don't care. No, it's a 12-footer. Ladies are brave. Shut up.
He's rolling in the floor.
I knew it. All right, Miss Ice Buddy, what was your scariest time?
I didn't really have one, sweetheart. I've not been around them.
Let me ask you this. What did you think when you thought you heard footsteps that day?
Okay, that was a little scary.
Okay. Hmm.
We were out in the woods, of course, walking, and he was quite a ways in front of me, filming and doing his thing. And the wind was kind of blowing that day and moving the tree limbs, in the leaves. And so I really didn't pay much attention at first because I just thought it was the leaves rustling in the trees above us. And we were walking on this path, and I started hearing these heavy footsteps. And at first, like I said, I was listening, but I'm thinking, okay, it's the leaves rustling. But when I stopped, they stopped. I stand there and listen for a little bit, didn't hear anything. So I just kept walking. I'm like, okay, I'm hearing things. Heard it again. I stopped, it stopped. Did it about 3 times. Then by the time I got to this camping area, I didn't hear them anymore. And I really didn't say much to him because I just figured I was hearing things, my imagination.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, then I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, they were following us, or it was following us, or yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what did I tell you after hearing this?
No matter what I'm doing, tell me.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter what I'm doing, I don't care. Tell me.
I don't care if I'm behind a tree doing something I shouldn't be doing. You tell me. I'm already in position, so it ain't gonna hurt nothing. Come on. Oh, you okay, Miss Renee? You'll go Bigfoot hunting with me.
long as you don't go behind the tree.
Don't go behind a tree. I got you. I got you.
Hey, we went Bigfoot hunting with you in Indiana.
Yes, we did.
So I see how I'm gonna let you two double team this one, then I'm gonna get back to Renee here in a
For
second.
double teaming you. All right.
I knew this was a bad idea. All right, Miss
Come on,
Bear.
Barbie. Let's go.
Now
Well,
y'all
go ahead.
was y'all tell the story. I'm gonna hush.
You go
Go
first,
ahead.
Barbie. Go ahead.
Well, I know we saw lots of like tree bows, and I like that handprint that was on that piece of foam.
Wasn't that
was
interesting?
crazy. That was
Yes.
crazy.
That was crazy.
But
That's about.
that doesn't. But like that whoop that we heard there at the
Oh, yeah.
end and before we left. Now
Yep.
that was that was good stuff.
Oh, yes, it was. And
I
let
was
me tell you,
excited.
when Old Bear said, get up and walk, I didn't argue about it.
That's right.
We were up and walking.
Yes,
Mhm.
we were fast, quickly.
Yes. Yes. And I'm scanning in every which direction, looking.
I was just ignoring, I'm just walking like nothing was going on. Fast, quickly.
Yeah, you tell Old Bear I said I appreciate you putting me out there on point.
And by the way, Icebox, you weren't walking very fast for me.
I'm old.
I was about to walk right by you.
I'm gonna be. I said, hey, y'all watch this. All right, Renee.
Yes.
I want to listen, guys. I know there's a lot of brave folks out there. I really do, but there's a lot of brave women out there too, and that is one of the particular reasons I wanted Miss Renee on here. She's a very brave lady, very loyal. She is a pistol. I'm gonna tell you that right now. She will get out there and go out on her own, and I know it, and I've seen it out of her. But I want y'all to meet Miss Renee and how she really is. She's a sweetheart. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But you tell them what have you been doing lately?
What do you mean? What have I been doing lately?
Well, I know you've been to Indiana.
Oh, yeah,
I
did
know
go to
I know you've
Indiana.
been out with Josh, if I remember
Yes, I
correctly.
did.
Okay, and I think you and Trina, if I'm thinking
Yep.
right, has been out.
That was with Josh. Yeah, I
Mhm.
went to Coshocton for the weekend to Jay Fouch's camp out, and me, Trina, and Josh Inslee went out together. I got to tell you something about that. He brought these glow balls with glow sticks in them. And he's breaking them and glowing them and throwing them out. And there's a blue one out there. We're in the middle of a field. There's nothing in this field, just open field. I watched that blue ball come about 4 foot off the ground, juggle back and forth, move around. And I'm like, wow. And then it sat it back down. We walked straight over there. I had an EMF detector that was going crazy. So I would say that's more paranormal than, to me, it seemed more paranormal.
Mhm.
We heard some stuff. But the weirdest thing about that trip, we were out there in the middle of that field in Woodbury wildlife area. And I kept hearing this man talk. And I'm like, do you guys hear this man? And Josh is like, no. I'm like, Trina, do you hear this man? And she's like, no. Clearly, like he was sitting next to Josh, I could hear this man talking. And then we hung up a bunch of glow sticks and we were watching them. You know, those are nice to watch because they will move if you pay attention. And we were over there and we heard a scream that would make every hair on your body stand on end, which probably was a warning and we should have got out of there.
Mhm.
But being stubborn, we only had one night. So we
Mhm.
stayed, but yeah, that was fun. And then, of course, I went to Indiana last weekend to Neil and Mary's, and Thomas was there. We had a wonderful time. I love Indiana. Anybody that gets a chance should go to Tippecanoe State Park. I mean, place is amazing. It's got a whole village of tree structures, tree bins everywhere, upside down trees stuck in the ground everywhere. I would love to investigate that at night. We went during the day, but I would have loved to have went at night.
You're braver than I am. Well, now I'll tell you what. There's a fine line between bravery and stupid. I fit along that category of stupid. If that tells you anything, you know. So bravery ain't my better part. If you ask Van here, he's picking at me. Yeah, that I'll be the first one to be standing behind my wife. He's right. And Nick Saban Jr., glad to see you out here, bud. Glad to see you. All right. Now, I'm going to ask this question. Knowing what you know, and you have all probably have learned a lot since you have, had husbands, been out there camping. Apparently, a lot of Salt Fork has given y'all a lot of experience. What in your mind, if your husband does something that you would think, no, that's the wrong way to do it? Is there anything like that?
Oh, I would tell him. I ain't afraid of him either. I'd tell him too. I've always said I'm too ignorant to be afraid.
I know that feeling. Miss Barbie?
I figure he's a better expert at it than I am.
Okay.
Yeah. He knows. Oh my gosh, he knows so much stuff.
Don't let him kid you.
All I know is that there are baby Bigfoots that run around playing together and that they make crazy noises. The big ones do, and yeah. He don't give away all his secrets.
No, I know he does. I know he does. It's like pulling teeth with him to get a secret out of him. Jeez. Yeah, I like to help people to a point. Don't think I don't know. All right. So, ladies, while we got some time left, what would you like to see happen this year in this coming up season? When I say season, I know there's going to be some cap outs coming up, and probably some individual adventures, I'm going to call it, or expeditions, or whatever you ladies might want to call it. What would you like to see or like to do this year that's coming up?
I want to see the little ones again.
You want to see the little ones again?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure do. Not
Right.
close up because they probably grown up a little bit.
Ice Buddy, what would you like?
I'm sorry.
What would you like? What would you like to see happen next year?
Oh, I would like to definitely meet some of you all. And I would like to see some little ones. Not the grown up ones, Barbie, the little ones.
Exactly.
I would just like to have an experience.
Okay.
Maybe a little distance, at first.
How far were we away from a camper that night? We were about 60 feet away from the camper that night. I saw the little ones.
Okay, that's a good
far
distance. Yeah, that's a good distance. I like that. We'll start there.
I don't get it. I got Tim on here saying he's seen one from 8 feet away. Okay. Now I'm sure this is woods to woods, and then I'll tell people I've seen mine 3 feet away, but I had a trailer wall in front of me. It's a different story when you ain't got nowhere to run, no place to hide. You're out there in the woods by yourself. 8 feet, that's too goddamn close. 60 feet. Too close. Nope. That's what I'm gonna say. Old Bear, you keep standing up. I'm going to crawl back to the camper. Okay, Miss Renee, what would you like to do or see this coming year?
I'd like to go to more campouts in different places. So I love Salt Fork. That's always going to hold a place in my heart, but we're all from different states. We should all go to each other's state and
Yeah,
check out different things.
you're absolutely right. And I've thought about this myself. I had the pleasure, me and my wife, Ice Bunny, had the pleasure of going to Old Bear's place, and that's beautiful country. I mean, it is just gorgeous. And even on the trip up there, you see these steep mountains going up and going back down and back up again. I mean, it's just like everything is either straight up or straight out. That's the way it looks. And you get to their place and you're on a hillside and it don't even seem like 100 yards. Of course, I know it's longer than 100 yards, but it's maybe 200 yards. You see this hillside, shoot, straight up. And I told Old Bear, I said, you wouldn't get me to climb up that mountain right now. I don't care if you had a Bigfoot down there below me or a dog man. I ain't no way I can climb that gum thing. Give me a four-wheeler or somebody better tie a rope to me and drag me up that thing. I mean, it's just like it's straight up.
We'll take you to Paint Creek.
Hey, he says he's going to take you to Paint Creek next
Okay.
time.
As long as I got it next time, if I got a kayak or a canoe, I'm good to go. I ain't got to climb no hill.
You bring up
I'm serious.
Bring oxygen, he said.
Bring oxygen. If I need oxygen,
You've been there.
Yeah. Oh, it's gorgeous. So it's beautiful.
But
It's
yeah.
really good. Where he's talking about.
but you see where I'm going with this. I would love to see some people or some place up there at West Virginia, if nothing else for the scenery. It is a beautiful place. This is probably what the northwest end of West Virginia. It's gorgeous country up there, guys. It really is. Renee, what else besides Salt Fork around you would be a nice place? And it doesn't necessarily have to include Bigfoot.
Let's see. Well, I am centrally located to Mohegan, to Malabar Farm, to
Mm.
I mean, and I'm not afraid to drive. I got in my car and drove 4.5 hours by myself to go to Indiana.
Hmm.
There's a lot of beautiful places around here. Of course, I'm only probably 15 minutes from Lake Erie. So,
Hmm.
but I would love to see other states to go and spend a weekend and just get out in the woods together.
Yeah, I would like. Let me see what little bunny says before we do. Hey, Steve, I see you in there, brother. And let's see. I see what Thomas wrote down. Somerville, West Virginia. I don't know. I haven't been there, but I'm sure you're right, Thomas.
Yeah.
Summersville.
Hmm.
Okay.
I don't know. All I know is
Yeah.
where y'all are at is great. If there ain't a Bigfoot there around them hills, they ain't nowhere else. I'm serious. It is that. No, you're not gonna get me to camp out there. You can put me on top of that hill. I don't care. You can drop me on the hill by a helicopter. I ain't coming down. Bigfoot just had to get me. Ain't no
Hey,
way I get down the hill.
North Carolina, you got the Urari Fort.
Mhm.
I can't say it.
U-R-E.
U-R-E.
Hey, just look at him and go, you are, never mind.
But is that close to where we were that time? Yeah, we've been down there. Oh my goodness, yes, I forgot all about that. We visited a friend in North Carolina who had a great big clan in her backyard, and there was a big old blonde one that had a crush on her. And there was all kinds of crazy noises.
Big black one that she saw.
Yeah.
And that big red one.
Yep.
And the blonde one.
Yeah.
And then the female what charged me was bad.
Yeah. She had bamboo behind her house, and my fearless husband went back there.
Fearless.
Yeah, my fearless husband went back there
You had no
and evidently made a mama squatch mad, and she kind of came at him on all fours.
Oh,
clue.
really?
They look like spiders.
I don't believe you.
That creeps me out, though. Oh my
You
god!
don't believe me? All right. You asked for it. You're going to North Carolina.
I don't believe you. And I tell you what, Thomas is coming up with some good stuff here. Brown County, Morgan Monroe. That would be fun to do. I would like to go to Kentucky, and I would like to go to Alabama. I mean, I know where my sighting was in Alabama, but I have specific places in Alabama I would like to go and camp out for 2 or 3 nights and see what happens. Now, do I want to go to Ohio? Of course, I go to Salt Fork every time I get a chance since I've known about it. Indiana, yeah, I want to go over there to where Neil's at. I want to check that one out. And yeah, I do want to go down to where Thomas is talking about. Now, I would like to go to Michigan, but I would like to go up to the upper part where Brian Barber lives. That area. I would like to see what's going on
Or
up there.
Tennessee.
Or
Uh,
Tennessee.
Yep, Tennessee. Now, Tennessee, I would like to go up there around the East End, up above Knoxville, Bristol kind of area. That would be
Ooh.
interesting.
We were past Knoxville, Thunder Rock Campground. It's on a river down there.
There's a bunch of Bigfoot in there.
Yeah, there's. Oh my goodness, yes, they are there.
Set it up. Set it up. That's all I'm gonna say. Set it up. We'll do it.
Okay,
You got to bring camper.
got a camp. They've got a
I
little
do.
campground. Yeah,
Okay.
It's
As long as it
fun.
got
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's go.
it's primitive, kind of like the campground that we camp at Salt Fork.
okay. You're hearing all this, Renee.
Yep.
You wanting places to go? I'm setting them up for you.
Yeah,
Oh
We-
Lordy.
yeah, they're in there definitely.
LBL? No. I will not go to LBL. And it's simple, everybody goes down there. It's kind of like you go to a pond it's been fished out. The LBL is to me. Yeah. And I just don't know about all the stories that come out of there. There's a lot of crowded stuff down there, and I just no. And I've talked to some guys that actually live right there on the outskirts of the LBL, and they don't know nothing. They don't hear nothing. They don't see nothing. So I ain't saying they ain't there. Don't get me wrong. They could be on the interior, or probably they just don't know how to pay attention to pick up on the signs, indicators, and such like that. But the LBL does not. It doesn't thrill me. Stuff like South Indiana, where Thomas is talking about, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Michigan. I just love the country in West Virginia, dude. If you can't find one in West Virginia, there ain't around. Ohio, love it. I would like to see something about Pennsylvania. I've heard a lot about Pennsylvania. Not quote a whole lot. But anyways, yeah, Pennsylvania sounds good. But anyway, as long as I can bring my camper, if I'm bringing my wife, as long as I can bring my camper, if she ain't coming with me, I got a feeling I'm going to need 4 walls next time. Y'all going to get me in trouble. All right, ladies, before we get off here tonight, is there any particular thing that you ladies would like to talk to each other about, or you want to express tonight before we get out of here?
Just that I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. And Barbie Bear, get your boots on. Let's go, girl.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I can fill you in on, if we hear something.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
yeah.
Renee, you come and join us too. We're all just have a little big,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
There's good people. Good people.
They are. They are. They're real good people.
Love everybody.
I'm excited to meet everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Miss Renee?
I'm just excited to meet your wife finally. Don't have to look I would like to look at her though, because I have to look at you, but I'm sure she's way
Bless your
prettier.
heart. There goes my inferior complex. I tell you what.
It's that woman thing
No,
again,
I'm
hon.
See, I knew I was going to get ganged up on. I knew it. I knew it.
You're a
Go ahead,
brave,
Miss Renee.
brave fella.
I'm sorry, Renee. You go right ahead, huh?
I was just gonna say she has to be a good woman to put up with you.
Oh, Lord.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
let me tell you. Let me tell you a little story, Renee. I go to Walmart. Okay, this is Walmart. The ladies at Walmart, I'll walk in and they'll look around if he's not with me. And they would look at me and go, "Where's your husband? Where is he? Is he hiding?" I said, "No, I left his, you know what, at home." They're like, "Oh, was he being bad again?" I said, "Yes." And they go, "Figures. Figures." See, even people at Walmart know him. I'm telling you. I just tell them I can't take him anywhere. That's all I say.
I
Are
think the
you
only reason
bringing
I
the
go.
baby? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Are you bringing the babies with you?
Of course, we're bringing the babies. They gotta come.
I
And
got.
remember, I got them a baby playpen so they can play in that. Yeah.
Cool. And they have a
I
curfew.
thought they was talking about me at first, Renee. I'm the one that's got to drive, you know. Oh,
Be
Lordy.
careful, hon. You'll be in there with them.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's a
He
dog
stays
house.
in the
What can I
doghouse,
say?
by the way.
Oh, Lordy. Joanne, I'm glad you got to come in there at the late end. It's always good to see you, hon. All right. We're going to go this route. Miss Renee,
Yes.
I know you've had a lot of experiences and everything, but I am curious. A dog man, are they for real? And would you like to see another one?
No, I would never like to see another one ever. My first experience seeing one was at Hozak's Cave at night with Josh.
Hmm.
I had just met Josh that day. We're walking up to the cave, can't see in front of your face, no light. And he stops and he says, "Do you trust me?" And I said, "Nope, I don't know you." And he's like, "Look on top of the cave." And there were yellow eyes everywhere you could see.
Oh, really?
And the moon was up just enough you could see the silhouette of my first dog man encounter ever. And if you've ever walked to the cave, there's not much footing room at some places. And he turns around and he said, "Do you trust me?" Again. And I said, "Well, I guess I have to. You've got a gun. I don't." He's like, "Run." We run out of there in the dark to the parking lot. Thank God the next day was Sunday because I barely made it home because Tim doesn't drive. I have to drive. And for 3 weeks, I was so sick, I thought I was going to die. And I researched it, and I think I got hit with infrasound.
I've heard of that.
And
Yeah.
to this day, if I'm in a woods, I know if a dog man is anywhere in the vicinity or has been, I get so sick.
Really?
So I don't never want to see another dog man.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get someone who's more of an expert than any of us and explain how this infrasound really does do. You know what I'm saying? I really want to
Yeah,
know.
my heart races. Like I said, at Neil's, it was like 190.
Really?
And it gets
Mm.
that high, you feel like you're going to pass out,
Yeah.
But
I
Neil
would
knew,
imagine.
and he's like, "Let's get out of the woods right now," and he took me to the car. And once in the car, I was perfectly fine. So,
So now it's kind of like if you get pneumonia once, you'll get it again. So now if something's
yeah,
around you, you still get that feeling. Is that what you're
yes,
saying?
it's
Okay.
awful. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. It's been an hour and I enjoyed this. But I do always give people time to say what is their last words or anything. I'm gonna tell you what, ladies, this has been fun. It's been fun for me anyways. So I'm gonna start off with my wife. You got anything else you want to say tonight before we get off the show?
No, I'm pretty good, hon. It was just nice meeting Renee. Hi, Barbie Bear. Missed ya.
Miss
Looking
you too,
forward to
Mommy.
meeting. I'm looking forward to our first camp out. Well, it'll be
Why
my first camp out.
why do I get the feeling us guys are gonna be on the outskirts of the fire? Seats
Honey, it's a
taken up
given.
for
It's a given. It's a
hmm,
given. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's
I'm
a
not sure
really
this
good
camp out
time. You're
stuff's
going to enjoy yourself.
I'm not so sure this
Really
camp
good.
out's a good idea.
Oh, it's going to. Oh,
Yes, it is. It always
All
is
right.
good.
All
oh,
right,
come
Miss
on
Renee.
now. Y'all can't have
There you
fun
go.
without us anyway. So,
I
Go
am
get
so
'em.
glad to have met you. I cannot wait to meet you in person and we can get out in the woods together.
Oh, yes.
And
I'm
I'm excited
excited.
to camp out
Yes.
so Old Bear can make soup beans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
He
cook
makes
worth nothing.
So old bear can what?
make soup beans.
Pintos.
Oh. And I'll make some cornbread.
Absolutely. And I'll have cornbread and milk and soup beans. I can't wait.
She's like me. She ain't hard to please. She ain't hard to please. By the way, hey, Miss Berry, glad to see you, hon. All right. I got Anna, I got Renee, Miss Barbie. You got anything else you want to say tonight? Last words?
Just I know that there's a lot of people that think that they aren't real, but they are real.
Mhm.
Um they're just very elusive when they want to be.
Mhm.
And I can't wait to camping either.
Look
It's
out. Here
always
we come.
fun.
Mm.
It's
I
all
think we're
good
going to go
living.
camping just to go eat. Is what we're doing. That's it.
Well,
Hey, Miss Sharon, how are you doing tonight, hon? All right, well, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Unless you got anything else, ladies, this is your night. If you got anything else you want to talk about or say, if not, we'll get off here.
I think I'm good.
Me too.
I'm not gonna say anything.
me too. I've had
I
a good
thought,
time. Thanks for having me.
Yes,
Oh,
me too.
I
Thank you.
I had a great time. I had a great time. I really did. I enjoyed each and every one of you. And that was fun for me. I hope that we can do it again. Let's go to camp out where all three you three ladies can get on here and talk about it. Mm, Y'all be careful out there.
We can?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
If y'all want to, I don't mind. Hey, this is mine and Wayne, and
It's
Wayne's channel.
fun.
Yep, y'all can get on here and talk about all y'all want to. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for being with us, and if y'all don't mind, next week I will try to get in touch with Flat Rock, and we'll try to do another show next. We'll probably do it next Sunday. I'm enjoying Sunday back again. So, anyways, y'all have a good night, and be careful during your work week, ladies. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. All right, y'all have a
Bye.
good night.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye.